Okay, here's a pretty fun game I had where I was Zerg versus Protoss. Let's see what happens. We had a good back and forth on this one, I remember, and there's a couple moments where I thought it was pretty sketchy on how this was going to play out. I am starting with a 12 pool, it looks like, so super aggressive early on. So Protoss, if he were to scout this or know this is coming, it's important to wall off. I don't know why he put the the building there instead of more further down here to block that off, but let's see what happens here from each of the players' perspective. So he's starting off, quick expand there. And here he saw that he sent a probe down and he saw that they were attacked by Zerglings. I was planning on rallying right across, and in hindsight I kind of wish I would have done that, but I thought that probe came over. I thought there might be a proxy. I should probably use my Overlord to scout for proxies, but so I sent this one towards the base and the others to look for proxies, and at this point I send them all kind of knowing that I'm not finding anything. So that gives him, unfortunately, time to get his wall off going as he's got going right here. This is Silver League game. I like the Zerg the most. It's probably not my strongest race, but I think I'm around 2,300 or something like that with them. But they're so much fun to play. So I baited him out a little bit. You should have put that Zealot on hold position. He's fine. So if you have Zerglings here, they can't beat these probes, but so generally what I try to do is just like try to get him to chase. He smartly goes back to mining. I try to split off my Zerglings, have some attack and have the Zealot chase the other. Unfortunately, I could only get one when I was trying to split them. So overall, that wasn't really all that effective. And he's up as far as what he's got for probes compared to my drones also. So not the best start for me right here. Knowing this attack, I really tried to focus on, try to catch up a little bit, take some bases and take my third base and get my drones up. I figure that I'm a little bit behind on this one as far as macro goes. Let's see what he's looking at. Yep, he's just checking over there. This is a fun strategy I like doing recently of Zerg. Anytime you play Terran or Protoss, I mean, Terran you got to watch out for drops. Protoss, you got to watch out for them warping in units. So I was researching going to a layer, and then I was also researching the Overlord speed. Because then I really have been kind of enjoying recently getting these dropper lords and just put in some Zerglings in there. If you can catch them, I mean, they can clean up pretty well on some of their, if you sneak them in the back door. So that's what I'm doing right here. Just getting plenty of Zerglings, some to load up in these two Overlords right here, and then some to stay at home in case he has a push coming that I don't know about. Right now he's just killing me on the production. It's 43 probes to 25 drones, so I just need massive damage here. I went with a 12 pool, didn't really get what I was looking for. Taken a third, and I've invested some into this versus like droning up, so I really need this to pay off. So I rallied those up along the side. I think the next iteration of this move, what I need to do, because I like this move, is I need to send some sacrificial lambs to go up here and attack, because I want them distracted up here and not looking at their mineral lines. Let's see how he reacts, because these will automatically just start coming in. So he's looking around, he gets a notification his probes are under attack. He smartly gets them out of there, but let's look at, he's at 47 probes. How many do I get rid of? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty devastating. What a swing. I think at this point I was doing something else. Oh, he tried to counterattack. This is a good thing I had a few of those Zerglings behind. Yeah. But right now, I knew I took out so many probes. I was feeling pretty good about my spot. Here I probably went to the well a little too often. This is super optimistic to think that you could do this twice. In the meantime, I've got some mutas coming. Yeah, that didn't work. So I mean, where the game stands right now, I'm just barely up in drones over his probes. Once again, I'm investing. I should probably focus on droning up a little bit faster because I'm investing pretty heavily in some attacking forces. But that's quite a few mutas. Unfortunately, I think the path that I go, it's right where he's got this sneaky pylon, and he happens to see. I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed when I flew up, so here comes a big attack right here. This is a pretty critical spot right here because I knew I was in trouble, and I thought about flying. Right now I'm thinking about, do I fly these guys back to help out? But I was thinking, this is almost like base trade. I believe I go and I change this rally to not be right here. And while I'm getting attacked at home, I'm thinking, okay, I got to make this worth it. I'm just trying to make Zerglings and Roaches for at home, and then just get as many probes here as I can, and then fly these guys back where I can hopefully hold them off. He's trying to get cannons up. Too late for that. This probe count is dwindling real quick. Meanwhile, I think he should. He's killing my production. That's nice, but I'm just kind of trying to hold up here. Where's this rallying to? Nowhere. And hold up. I just need to buy time. I don't know what. That must be a misclick. I don't know why he's attacking the ground there. Usually mutas into stalkers, not what I'm looking for, but I was just so desperate at this point. I'm trying to send everything I have. Thankfully, I just had enough of them. Here comes his reinforcements, though. And if I can just hold or stabilize at this point, it's 27 drones to 9 probes. Instead of droning up, it looks like he's kind of pushing. This is kind of maybe all in. Is he going for a base trade situation? Here I'm trying to keep him distracted because I got a little Zergling. Just keep his attention here while these guys are cleaning up the rest of the probes over here. But he's sending in his force right here, so he's totally going for the base trade here. Thankfully I have these defenses up, which will help some, because this is cleaning up here. His base is done, so this is 100%. He needs the base trade to happen. Got to get my queens in the mix here. They should be over here healing these. I'm just not reacting quick enough. And kind of like before, I just knew if I could just buy enough time when I bring everything home, particularly all the mutas, wherever they're at, that this would be enough. But kind of a crazy game. There's a couple of moments where I thought I was really boned there, but in a base trade situation, but just worked out just enough. It's kind of tricky in that tipping point when you think, do I pull back home to help or do I just try to go for a base trade situation? Fun back and forth, but at this point, 3 probes, he's just flat out of money. And that's the game. So, yeah, we'll end it there.